Hello, hello, and we are back. Not much has changed up here. You know, we got our water wheels doing a three spots in in that storage. I expanded this guy from three to six because two generators per wheel, and I figured that'd be a nice way to go. I also started crafting the little research cores because we're gonna need a lot going further. Like, see, there's 100 on this screen. The mining charges and Mark threes. 180 for that guy, 180 for another one. So we're gonna need a lot. I'm just automating those so one, I don't have to do it myself, and two, you get better production of stuff. Actually, one thing I should probably get some going is we're gonna do some more biobricks. Why? Because these guys are still going, but our furnaces are slowly running out, so that is quite concerning. I'm gonna come over here. So I'm going to let the drills burn out. The furnaces run till whatever. Yeah, we're out of fuel on most of these too. Yeah. Those are going to fizzle out. But on the brighter side, as I said, off camera I was going to dig a hole, and diggy diggy hole I did. Actually, you can see it here. So it goes down, hits the elevator, then turns and continues all the way down to that giant pit. And I might have decorated a little bit. I'm quite happy with my creation. So colorful. Anyways, it's called Teardrop, that one. I was playing around with the different styles, and of course I don't have them on my hotbar anymore. But I did that. Uh, Here's the wall of the elevator. I was kind of hoping we'd see the physical elevator. That'd be really cool. Little decorative aspect, but nope. Developer said, you shall not see any. And see none we shall. But I did that. And then I continued. One of the reasons I want the staircase and flooring is we still have power down here. So that 2100 kilowatts, I can use that down here too, which down here we will need. And this runs all the way down. I found this, poked a little hole just to kind of figure out how far down to go. Guessed, and I was off by a couple bricks, but I can always hide that with flooring. But here we are, the big area. Um, Pretty much I want to disassemble all this and rebuild the building in here, kind of turn this into something. I haven't figured out what, but be useful. And there's a lot of plant matter and cement and things I can scan and stuff. And if you haven't figured out, I like stuff in this game. Mainly limestone, but some decorative blocks and whatnot.
This was one of the major mining outposts in the sector. Not much left of it, but you can see how we didn't leave an inch of these veins untapped. If Calyx had it, we were taking it.
Mm-hmm. And actually, I think these are how I can get my blast. No, it's not going to be research for the blast drills. These are actually blast drills. An explosive charge activates them. And I was kind of hoping for some stuff, but it looks like all I'm going to get is some fancy pants components. But I might do a time lapse or something here and break it all down. And then we will have to figure out the building it up. Plenty of limestone. I think that's actually what we get out of the walls too, because that is a giant limestone vein. Called limestone? I think it's called limestone. I'll check me myself. Yeah, limestone. Which for our bio bricks we need plant matter and limestone. And we need a lot of limestone. Yeah, 2 to 1 on the, 1 to 2 on the ingredients there. 1 part plant matter, 2 parts limestone. We just need it in massive quantities. So that is a thing. Rip this all down, build it back up, make it pretty. I mean, that's a massive chunk. We're probably not going to tap into all of this. I do like you can go in here and you can just keep continuing through. And down here, I do not see any green crates. Okay. Actually, one thing I am curious about. We're going to humor me for a second. I do genuinely wonder with some of the stuff if the dialogue changes with Spark and another character. So I'm going to jump here. We're going to do a quick save and we're going to find out.
Hold on. This thing looks completely out of place.
Because it is.
Was it hidden inside the structure?
Probably. I'm going to scan it.
Attention. This is an emergency recording. Speaker identities have been obscured pending executive order of the assembled Nations Council.
The place beneath Sector Victor is not like what we are now calling Sector Zulu does not and could not have been discovered until our survey of Victor was complete. But it has no resources. Apart from some unusual ruins, the first evidence of in Sector Alpha, there is nothing to the expedition. Accordingly, you will undertake into the absence of anything valid in our logs as an unremarkable mineral survey. What should I file if I do file nothing? I will find you.
Is this some kind of surveillance recording? About a secret solo mission below the sector? Couldn't have been from my team. I'd never let someone do that alone. Keep an eye out for more of these.
Okay. I'm going to load it again, so we have that part right there. We know about it. We know what it says. We know what Spark's response is.
Accordingly, you will...
And by load, I mean we're going to go back to a previous one where I didn't pick it up. Bad game. Bad. Yeah, there we go. Previous one. So that's still there.
Hold on. This thing looks completely out of place.
It is. I'm not touching it.
Is it hidden inside the structure?
I'm curious what's going to happen with that later. So that's going to hover up there too. I'm just going to scan around it and just leave it there. But for now, we are not needed downstairs. So that will become something. I have no idea what yet. And I would like to decorate this hallway a little bit more, actually, maybe give it a roof. But for now, I think the water wheels are calling me. Oh, Danny boy, the water wheels are calling. Let's give me 100 of those. And I'll take 100 of those. Then I'll craft more, which we're going to need more down the line. Okay, let's see how many more I can squeeze in here. Doo-dah, doo-dah. Okay, so I think I popped 3 more in there, so that'll be 14. Okay, and so I have to squeeze 6 more. And if I can squeeze them down here, that'll be better. And if I can not get caught in the wall. 1, 2, 3. Four, 5, and booyah. Now, if I could. There we go. And I know I can go all the way over here without issues. I was trying to crouch. Okay. Actually, I'm going to save really quick. Go down well past that plant. Because I wanted to avoid that. Called it. Which is really, really weird. Actually, I go over here. Okay, I'm going to say lined up with this block. Welcome to Measuring Really Quick 101. Probably didn't do a lot, but it gave me a little bit more area to work off of. Okay, if I can just run this really quick. Yeah, we still have that. It's going 1 over that literally is the problem. Which that's not going to be the problem. Sweet. Okay. I'm going to save really quick because I just did all that measuring. Okay, and now time for Diggy Diggy Hole. Because I like having a clean area. Okay, that's still there. Good. Up again. Well, that just became a problem. Clear as much as possible. And we'll figure the rest out from there. Save. Check. Yeah, big old plant still there. Respect thy nature. Okay. Okay. You're not going to tell me because I don't have a water wheel on you. Let's do that. And from you, I know 10 and 20. Okay. So. Yeah, we're going to ignore that one. Not claiming to be smart. Okay, so those are all connected. That plant's still there. Pop a quick save down. And I need to shove 9 more over there. Yeah, that can get done. Actually, out of curiosity, yeah, I was hoping. I know you can stretch them out a little bit. Okay. Okay, so that one can go full distance. So diggy diggy hole. Down, find out where it lines up pretty. That, making it look good. Oh wait. Yeah, that's as far as you goes. Got. Go. Yeah, I don't have enough water wheels on you. Let's just go fix that. Check. Yeah, everyone's got one going. And when placing a bunch of these down, making sure there's the right amount of space in between them. Just looking at the previous one, I find is what works best for me. Okay. So you should have 10. You should have 10. You have 10 and 20. You have 10 and 20. You have 10 and 12. You have 10 and 11. So 8 and 9 need to go over here. And that floor, I already know, is going to be one too low. And I honestly do not feel like ripping it up just yet. I think I'll do that when I do the super smelter. But in the meantime... Oh, flooring. I have missed you so. We now have some usable space. Save game. And I would like to put walls and have it all planned out more. Okay. Pop a save. Pop a save. Grab the mole. Let's dig this out. Don't break. Okay, I'm going to do the line. Already popped a save. Okay, we still have those two. Save. Yes, I'm going through all this headache just to save a couple trees. Okay, that's there. And squeezing the water wheels where I can. There. Yeah, I somehow figured that was a problem. Be off, but I can make it work. Why? Because I'm me. No, that's not going to work. I'd rather have it do the easy way. Yeah. And now that I'm thinking of it, I have more fuel. And by that, I mean I'm going to put half of it in here. And half of it over here. And because I'm going to be really, really careful. Craft more bio bricks. Like, oh, I can 120. The more plant matter I got, the better. But, seeing as the drills are running, they still don't have, I have yet to add more fuel to them. Fuel line's relatively empty on most of these guys. Yeah, there's some more hiding here, which I'm not going to touch. Although, we have a lot of ore. I'm going to let the ore just burn itself out. There's none backed up here, and it's all just over there. Making me more water wheels in research wars, which is beautiful. Which, I'm going to be honest, I could squeeze every last ounce. I maybe will pop some more water wheels here and go that way. Down there I can squeeze in some more and add to the power grid past this area. Like this right here, the waterfall, to me that's a focal point. I don't want to touch it. I can definitely work here and just cut in that way. Yep. I've spent a lot of time on this map. I'm just noticing that waterfall. I think maybe I'll save this area too. I like the little water pads and lilies. I don't plan on coming back here for a whole lot, honestly. Maybe turn this into something. Sandstone. There's not a whole lot, especially with this area right here being a no build zone. Actually, I think what I'm going to do is grab dude. Really, game? Oh. Yeah, no, that'll do it. We are going to load a autosave. Hopefully it is enough of an autosave. Yay! This happened right before I hit go. Okay, so we're going to try that again. Because I was looking at this. Yeah, that makes sense. Yay, I got exactly what I wanted. Good news is I can't go 3 platforms that way. I think what might be the smartest thing to do, because right here again, this is a no-build wall. No build does not mean I can't clean it up a little. And it's still there. Pull that here in just between this area. I'll say here. That'll be my little cutoff point. So let's merge these 2 areas and clean it up a lot of it. Plants, all those plants are still good. Good, respecting. Well, I'm blatantly disrespecting a lot of the topography, but that's not what the city planner dude said. Well, it's exactly what he said, just not in this instance. So, okay, that's what I think is going to happen is we're going to have tug of war. It's going to be how many water wheels I can place versus generators I can squeeze in here. Which, that's already a ridiculous amount of power. But I also know I'm building a ridiculous system. And there's other areas we're going to grab power from. I just need basically something to start me off with. So what I think I'm going to do is figure out how far I can go with the land masses. And then just start squeezing in some water wheels. Right here I can't do it, but if I pop over... Nope. So what we're going to do is that. And pretty much the neatest, cleanest way I can squeak these in. There we go. So that's going to be all the water wheels I'm squeaking into this. Now let's just max out the area. And then play Power Tug of War. Double check our powers, because I can't tell you how many times I've actually built this entire array, and then like this one generator's off by one more block. Because there we go. You can have longer. You can have like up. Three's the max, so that's good to know. 1, 2. Everything is still in place. Save game. Why? Because I am paranoid. And let's just start squeezing in as many generators as possible. Boom. Boom. Save. Do. Okay, and honestly, the down here is going to be the easier one. So we have 5 and 3. I can fit 6. Actually, I know this floor is garbage. So, okay, we got 3 and 6. That's maxed out. What do we got? You could use a 6th one. Wonderful. And we got 4 and 4. Honestly, turning these 2 guys into 6s probably going to be what I'm going to end up doing. So let's just. So 3 and 6, you're maxed out. 3 and 6, you're maxed out. 6 and 2. I have a little bit more room. So, okay, I got 6 and 4. Actually, we'll go with this one. I got 7 and 4 on both. Oh, this one. Yeah, this spot here is going to be obvious. We're going to turn you into another 3 and 6. And all three of our big old plants are still there. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, wait, I just 7, so that's 11 spots. 11 doesn't divide by 3 equally. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Okay, if it's 10, that would be. Not gonna lie, I'm having trouble with math. So, 2, 3. That would mean I need 4. Hey, we're out of generators. Let me use my generators. You are. I will take another hunt. Huh. It tells me my inventory might be full. And you should both be off by 1. Perfect. And then we have you, which honestly, you're going to be probably exactly the same thing. That. Four. And just what I like to see. Yep. Boink. And there we go. We have me hitting the wrong buttons. Actually, what's this look like on the 3D map? Not exciting unless you look under there, and that's a lot of green. Can we? Oh, not me. Hold that to look at the power grid. We have a nice two. Wow. A nice 20,000 kilowatts. And we're using 1,000 of it, so that gives us not even killing 1,000 off of there. Barely 1,000. And how much plant matter did I get? Not a lot to build off. But one thing I will say is if my inventory is as bad as I think it is, actually, let me grab that. And I shove that up here. See? Ooh, I can. Great. I don't plan on using you. I don't need a lot of you. Not touching you for a bit. Not touching you. You, get rid of some of that. You're a 5x5 grid. Those, I don't need any lights. I'm going to use you. Not going to use you for anything. I'm going to avoid that. I might have a little bit of limestone, not going to lie. You're useless to me. I will take one of you back. And let's just get rid of a lot of this limestone. There we go. Cleaned out my inventory. I feel so fresh, revitalized. And just because I'm not going to be working on the power grid anymore, let's just dump it in there, let that backlog. Okay. Just because that is, to me, this is I'm going to nickname it a spine node. Pretty much that just tells me where I can and can't build. Oh. There we go. We have giant plant 1, 2, 3. I haven't even counted the stuff down there. Over here is 4. I do want to shoot the floor out a little bit this way. Come down. I think I can go straight this way. And I want to dig out that elevator a little bit more. Not all the way. I just pretty much want to pull over and bring it all the way so we have a nice cross section. And I actually want to have like a little walkway up there just so we can stand. I don't think with my current hover pack capabilities, I think I might be able to shenanigans my way up here. Jump here. Jump. Nope. I don't think my jump pack isn't gonna let me do that. I was gonna see if I could hover my way up to there. Just really see. Ooh, what? That works. Have like a little cat's walk or something up here, so I can just stand here and like. I mean, just look at that. Big flat area. I can just build everything. I don't even think all of it's loading in. No, it is. I can see the water wheels and power under there. What comes this way? And I mean, those plants just pull the whole scene together. Like to me, it's beautiful. Okay. So we're gonna. I think this is going to be a good point to pause for now because I've recorded a lot. I need to do some serious editing, get it all chopped up and whatnot. Not to mention, hopefully there's a couple comments, stuff, ideas, and directions to go with this, and more ideas and ways to challenge me. But we'll see how that goes. I'm going to get those edited and uploaded. And then when we come back, I don't know which goal we're going to go for first. Well, I got 3 in mind. One is getting the smelters organized. Actually, one is I need to rip out these smelters here so I can finish off these water wheels here. If memory serves, yeah, 2 and 8. You guys are all set, but you still need 7 more generators. You need 8 more. So that's got to get figured out by shoving it that way as much as possible. I might have to yield on some of that. Not to mention, this area needs a proper connection to the power grid. Kind of like what I did over here. So, pretty much pull the smelters out. Probably, if I'm doing that, I might as well dig the entire node out, see how many drills I can shove in there, and just maximize it. So maximize the drills, have it collect over at the end here, and then just collect the ore here, and then have smelting lines. And depending on the yield and stuff, what would be really neat is if I can turn that on and off. And then shoot it down here, because ultimately what I want to do is have up here like a storage area with basic supplies. So I have a chest, like how I have here. This is all my copper, this is all my iron. Man, the system's bleeding it out. Definitely need to fine tune and probably get the Mark II builds worked out. But for the smelters, I need a fuel source. So getting the biobricks working so that I can never look at the system again would be great. And for that, I can get something set up here temporarily, which will definitely help. But going down here into the depths of the basement, this is where I think having our ultimate fuel facility would be, even if it's just getting these bulk of ingredients and then shipping it up for assembly. That limestone wall is going to be a major thing for biobricks, and probably a few more different fuel sources down the line. But this all has to get cleaned out, because there's no way I'm building around it, and that's gonna be its own video. So, I think this is going to be a good point to end off with. We got this one project. We got figuring out fuel and smelting upstairs as projects 2 and 3. And a couple other things. I'm going to let the water wheels and generators continue to produce with whatever we do in future episodes, because there's other levels that I'm going to want to tap into the water there and turn into power sources. It's just have yet to get there. Not to mention, I know eventually there's Mark IIs and 3s and stuff, and we're probably going to need Mark 1s for Mark 2s, for the Mark 2s. So having that would be best. So I think I'll end it there. I do hope you have a nice day, and if in future videos, if you've commented or stuff, I do apologize. As I said earlier, I just kind of went on a big recording spree with this. This game to me is a blast. Then again, games like this, Satisfactory, I'd get a kick out of. For this one, I think it just has to do with the aesthetics. The art style is nice. Just bioluminescence plants, cave system feelings. To me, that's what kind of separates Techtonica from everybody else. Satisfactory, you have the whole planet, there's different biomes, that's cool. Trying to make something very square and fitting it in more than a round hole is where I'm having the fun here, because I'm working around the plants. Just because, like, I could easily get rid of that. I could squeeze in more power and stuff, but it would just be boring without. system, comment down below, and before I record another episode, all this will be up, and we'll go from there. Other than that, I do hope you have a nice day. Until next time, bye.